So me and the man, we're sitting in the big parlor room, and thank God, the man's drinking light beer now, so he has a lot more rambunction. He's a lot more rambunctious, but he finally turned on the RCA. That keeps him occupied. Between going back and forth to the kitchen, bringing out 2 or 3 light beers at a clip so he could try to catch a drunk for himself, and watching the TV, half the time in the big parlor room, when there's a commercial, the man looks over and he starts babbling on incoherently. But now, when he's drinking light beer, half the time he jumps up and runs and goes, gets 3 light beers. Well, finally there's a commercial, and the man had stofed up a few light beers, he had a couple reserves, and he already finally started to catch a buzz. And he looks over at me, he says, dog, I was watching this dystopian movie. It starred Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was playing like this. It was like a presidential figure. He was like the leader of this new dystopian world. And Johnny says, I can control his gun violence. And he says, what you do, Johnny in the movie says, what you do is you round up, these, not the gun people that like to shoot the guns, or the people who hunt or whatever with the guns, and they like to have some guns. You round up all the people that advocate for guns, and, they make their money off of having unfettered access to guns. The Congress people and the gun lobbyists and the gun manufacturers, not the gun owners, just the people who provide these guns to like 13-year-old hormonal imbeciles. You have to give a 13-year-old hormonal, idiotic fool from a lower-class family, like doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground, you got to give him a semi-automatic weapon. He goes to ask a girl, what do you think he's going to do? She says, she laughs in his face. She says, you got so much acne, I'm getting ready to vomit. I bet you have a little penis, you little son of a bitch. Get away from me. What's he going to do? He's going to go get his AK-47 and start shooting up the place because he's 13. He doesn't know any better. Why are you going to give him a machine gun? God bless. Hey, at least give the kid a machine gun, but he's got to take a course. He's got to take like a 3-day course. He's got to get like 12 hours over 3 days. Come on. Have some common sense. But in the movie, the president, Johnny, he's saying, hey, you see what you do. You go and you round up, you take down the names of these gun lobbyists and these Congress people that have so much unfettered gun access desires. I'm pro-gun, the man, he looks at me, he was telling me about this Johnny Depp thing, but he was saying, I'm pro-gun. He's like, but you don't have to have it stupid. You have to get the numbers better. The man finally just said, you got to have better numbers. You can't have so many shoot-em-ups. You can't have so many people dying in grocery stores and movie theaters and whatever. All this. Ozzy Osbourne's leaving the country. Ozzy's leaving. Come on. He's leaving on a crazy train with no weapons because he says the weapons are, whatever. It's okay. It doesn't matter. But the thing about it is, the man went on to say that in the movie, Johnny says, so you take down the name of all these, you go to, say, the congresswoman, you say, hey, I need 2 or 3 names from your family members. So next time there's gun violence, we're going to, maybe we'll draw them. They'll be in a hat. They maybe won't kill, but you draw them out. So if there's 20 kids get killed in a little elementary school over here, then we go back to the names list of all the people who love guns so much, they say it's okay that if 20 kids die, you can't do nothing about it. You just got to keep going the way we're going. And you have a list. That way, then you could kill 20 people off the list. 20 kids get killed. You go to the gun lobbyists and the Congress people and the gun manufacturers, and you go to the list and you say, it's not you, it's your relatives, it's your friends, whatever. 20 people you love, we're going to kill them right in front of you. You're going to blow their brains out of the back of their head. And it's good. That way you could sacrifice. You could enjoy it the way you want everyone else to make the sacrifice for the Second Amendment. I love the Second Amendment. The man interjected. He said, that's what Johnny was saying, but I love the Second Amendment, so I'm not trying to say, you got to get better numbers. You can't have kids running around shooting people, doing this, that. Every time a 14-year-old kid gets pissed off, it's okay, he shoots people. Well, then you go to the list. And in the movie, Johnny was like, you go to the list, you get out the list, you kill the people on the list, you kill 20 of them, you draw them by lot, whatever, it's okay. Everybody shares in the pain, everybody shares in the sacrifice, everybody pays the price, then it's okay. Then it would be fine. If it's just the one side, just the regular people out there paying the price, it has to be the elites with all that. They're making the money. They're making the money off this crap. That's how they get their big old giant war chests. But it's okay. It's all right. But in the movie, Johnny, they wound up shooting him right in the back of the head and blowing his brains out the front of his head, which was kind of a funny, interesting take on the whole thing. But Johnny's idea was kind of cool because then everybody, the people who love it so much, they would have to pay a price. It wouldn't just be random. You'd have a lot of random, and then you go back to the list, and that would be good. And that would maybe help.